Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to tell you a story. And this isn't a fairy tale, okay? This is pieced together from real news, all from a single day, January 8th, 2026. And it's a story that, well, it really reveals our very complicated and honestly pretty contradictory relationship with animals. All right, so let's start our story in a place you know well, our homes. Because this is where we're meeting what you could call the high-tech pet. And I'm talking about a companion whose life is being totally transformed by some incredible, almost futuristic technology that's actually already here. Okay, look at this number, 2. What's that about? Well, that's how many hours a brand new AI assistant called CoVetAI is saving veterinarians every single day. And that's not just some guess. That's coming straight from a big announcement by the pet care giant Purina. And this AI, it's really just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. We're also seeing these amazing innovations like at-home health tests for your pets, totally non-invasive. And the goal here is, well, it's kind of twofold. First, it's about shifting pet care from being reactive to being proactive. And second, it's about tackling a really serious problem, vet burnout and a worldwide shortage of vets. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that our ability to care for our pets is just becoming unbelievably sophisticated, right? We're using AI, all these digital tools, to give our pets longer, healthier lives than ever before. It's pretty amazing. But this deep-seated sense of care, it's not just happening in the tech world. No way. It's actually being written into the very fabric of our laws. So get this. On that exact same day, January 8th, the UK government lays out its brand new animal welfare strategy. We're talking a major crackdown on those awful puppy mills and the illegal smuggling of animals. They're even rolling out a totally transparent digital tracking system. I mean, this is going to have a huge impact on the entire European pet trade. And their stated goal? To elevate the dignity of companion animals. Wow. Meanwhile, you hop across the Atlantic, and something just as profound is going on in the US. There's this huge shift happening in how we even think about the law. For decades, right, the law was just about stopping active cruelty. But now, the whole approach is changing to proactively protecting an animal's right to its own physiological integrity. In other words, its right to be whole. And a perfect example of this is happening in California. A full ban on non-medical cat declawing is now in effect. It's a real benchmark law, and you can already see other states like Maryland and Florida starting to follow their lead. Okay, so let's pause. On one side of the story, you've got AI-powered medicine, new laws protecting animal dignity. It's an incredible picture of progress and compassion, right? But what else happened on January 8th, 2026? Is that really the whole story? Because while all of this was going on, news from the other side of the world started to paint a much, much more complicated picture. 9? What's 9? Well, according to a brand new report that dropped on that very same day from the organization Traffic, that's the average number of tigers seized from illegal traffickers every single month. And the report makes it clear the situation is actually getting worse. And the report is crystal clear about what's driving this. It's a huge surge in demand for so-called exotic pets, plus this massive expansion of illegal breeding facilities. And the tragic result of that is that traffickers are smuggling more and more whole animals, either alive or dead, just to meet the demand. And at the exact same time, over in India, the Supreme Court starts hearing a case that captures a totally different kind of struggle, what we call human-animal conflict. It's this really tense balancing act, right, between public safety on one hand and the welfare of a massive stray dog population on the other. And for millions of people, this is just their daily reality. But even here, there's a push for a better solution. The idea is, instead of relying on slow government agencies, let's try something new. Legal experts are proposing a community-based model. So you empower local groups, even universities, to create their own animal management units and run more humane, more effective sterilization programs themselves. Okay, so let's bring all this back together. All these things happening on one single day. What's the story that January 8th, 2026 is really telling us? I mean, the contrast just lays the paradox bare, doesn't it? On the very same day, we're literally pioneering AI to help our pets live longer while wild tigers are being trafficked at this alarming rate. We're writing physiological integrity into law for cats in California, while entire communities in India are grappling with life-or-death conflicts on their very streets. It just reveals this profound contradiction. It really feels like we're living in both the best of times and the worst of times for animals. And what the news from this one day shows us is that both of those realities, they're happening at the exact same time. And that leaves us with a really critical question, right? About the story we're all writing for the future. We are, at the same time, the architects of this incredible compassion and the source of immense peril. So as we move forward, you have to ask, which one of these two powerful, conflicting stories is going to be the one that defines our legacy?